Now we have seen the procurement cycle and different processes involved in procurement. Now let us look at the important aspect in logistics, that is the warehouses. So let's talk about the nature of warehouses. Warehouses are an integral part of the supply chain in which they operate, and therefore recent trends such as increasing market volatility, product range proliferation, and shortening customer lead times all have an impact on the roles that warehouses are required to perform. In fact, the evolution of warehouses is such that the importance of warehouses has increased over the passage of time. Why? Because before, warehouses were just an important thing in transportation. Warehousing traditionally performed the function of receiving the goods, sorting them, storing them, and then delivering. Whereas now, the warehouses performed many specialized functions. These specialized functions actually help in shortening the customer lead times. It helps in meeting the demand with the supply, and it also helps in managing the market volatility. Of course, product range can also be managed in your warehouses. So warehouses are specialized now. So warehouses in the form of public warehouses are there, which have limited specialization with them. There are private warehouses which are owned by companies. And of course, there are contract warehouses which are provided by some 3PL, and they perform specialized functions. For example, you need a cold storage. For example, you wanted to have perform some light assembly work in the warehouse. Why? Let's say from the origin A, the product is destined to origin D, but the demand during the passage, the market volatility is high. So it might be possible that you need to change the labels on your product so that whatever is not required at D during this passage time would be sent to location C. So I would have some intermediate warehouse B where my product would be staying for some period of time. And if such light assembly work is required because of the market volatility, because of the variation in the demand, it can be done at that time. It saves you cost, it saves you time, and at the same, it actually shortens the customer lead time. Now let us look at it in detail. By the stage in the supply chain, materials, work in process, finished goods or return goods, warehouses are required. So warehouses are required by the stage in the supply chain. Warehouses are required by the geographic area. For example, a global warehouse may serve the whole world. You may require a warehouse which is a regional warehouse, which may serve a number of countries. A national warehouse may serve just one country, or a local warehouse may serve a specific region of a country. By product type, you may require a warehouse. For example, small parts are there, or you need to have large assemblies in the warehouse. For example, car bodies. You may want a warehouse for frozen food, for perishable products, for security items, and hazardous goods. So warehouses could be by function as well. For example, inventory holding or sortation. For example, as a hub of a parcel carrier. So we can have warehouses by a stage in a supply. We can have warehouses by the geographic area. We can have warehouses by the regional warehouse, by the location, actually. Location in sense of meeting, in sense of conforming with the demand in the area, whether it is conforming with the demand in the area or the whole locality. And by product type or by function as well. So there are 5 types. Then we can have warehouses by ownership, which are owned by the user, that is the manufacturer or retailer, or by a third party logistics. That is what we talked before, the public warehouse, the private warehouse, or some contract warehouse. There is a new concept that is a virtual warehouse as well. By company usage, for example, a dedicated warehouse for one company or a shared user warehouse, handling the supplies or handling the supply chain for the number of companies. So by company usage, the warehouse can be differentiated as well. By area, ranging from 100 square meters or less to well over 100,000 square meters. There could be small warehouses, there could be large warehouses. By area, it means a warehouse which is smaller, a warehouse which is very large. By height, ranging from warehouses about 3 meter high through to high bay warehouses that may be over 45 meters in height. Actually, our material handling would differ for 3-meter warehouse, let's say, and a high bay warehouse, which is more than 45 meters in height. There could be a warehouse by equipment. From a largely manual operation to a highly automated warehouses. So in terms of equipment, it also defines the nature of the warehouse. So students, we actually saw that there are 10 different types of warehouses depending upon the nature. And these are not exclusive warehouses. 2 or 3 type of nature of warehouses could be in one warehouse. This is possible. But we should know that what is the proper functionality of a warehouse and why such nature of different warehouses is required. Thank you.